Molly from Horacio Printing. Welcome to our Love Over Fear tutorial. So this tutorial is all about our page in the planner that's right after heart check. So after you've filled out your heart check, the last question that you answer says, what fears are holding me back? And a few years ago when we added this heart check into the planner, people started to open up about their fears, but I felt like it was important to build another section in the planner to really acknowledge and fight those fears. So that's where this was born. I actually heard a great sermon by Pastor Robert Ferguson of Hillsong Church, and he explained that he sat down and wrote out his fears, and then he wrote down verses that conquer those fears. And that's what really helped him. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. I want to put that in our planner. So that's what we did. So what you do in this section is you write down your top 5 fears, and then you write down a verse to conquer them. And we actually have done some of the work for you on our website. If you go to our resource section and then over to Bible verses, you'll find different Bible verses categorized by fear. So we have verses for anxiety, transition, loss, illness, lack, all kinds of different things that might be plaguing you from pursuing your purpose. It's really our prayer that you acknowledge these fears this year and step into 2019 fearless because of the power of God and the power of God's word. I heard a really great message a few weeks ago by Dr. Carolyn Leaf and Stephen Furtick. And so I've linked that sermon below for you to check out. I really love her take on the mind, specifically around the thought of taking every thought captive. You know, the verse, take every thought captive. And what Dr. Carolyn said was that it's really important not to bury our toxic thoughts or just rebuke them, but rather we have to let them come up to the surface so we can deal with them. That's really the first step in taking every thought captive, is bringing it to the surface and having awareness for our toxic thoughts. So I just pray that this can be a space for you to uncover some toxic thoughts and then deal with them through the power of God's truth and His Word. And it's going to take time. It's not a one time you read the verse, it's done. It's something that takes time. And she has a lot of good books and resources to do different brain detoxes and toxic thought detoxes that could be super helpful for you. So I have those resources linked below, and hopefully you can take advantage of that. Another great way to put this into practice is to not just read the Bible verses, but to write down what you're learning from the Bible. When we read a Bible verse, that's one thing, but to really sit with it and to question it and to ponder on it and to apply it to our lives, taking those kind of steps with our mind is a really strong way to let that word actually help you. So I definitely recommend our SOAP Bible study as a resource for you. I have a link below of our SOAP Bible study, and that is a book that takes you through 5 seasons of life: a season of purpose, wisdom, anxiety, transition, and joy. So you can learn different verses, read them, and write down observation, write down an application of how to walk out that verse, and then record your prayers. So I hope this helps you. We love to give advice over at Horacio Printing, but we know that the best advice comes from God's Word. And so we always want to point you back to His truth and what He says. So I hope that you'll take advantage of that, and I hope that 2019 is an amazing year for you. You are so loved.